We are just hours away from Thanksgiving, and that means we are also just hours away from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And this year, there's a Pennsylvania band participating. Find out all about it on today's PMEA's Take Note podcast. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Mark Despotakis, and welcome to this edition of PMEA's Take Note podcast. As I said in the intro, we are just hours away from Thanksgiving and the turkey and all the great food. But if you've listened to this podcast with any regularity, you know that we are just hours away from my favorite 3 hours of the year, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And it is always an exciting thing to see the great bands there, the great floats, the great performers. But it's extra exciting in a year like this when we have a band from Pennsylvania performing in the parade. And we are so excited that the Temple University Marching Band will be in that parade. And that's what we're talking about today. We're going to talk to a student in the band. But first, let me bring in Dr. Matt Brunner, director of the band. Matt, thanks for being with us.
Hi, Mark. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Congratulations to you. I know this is no simple feat, being accepted, and then everything that happens once you're accepted. So congratulations to you and the whole team there for sure.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a hectic year because it's your regular, football season, but you have this one extra performance at the end.
That one little performance. I know a few people might see. Yeah. As I said, we're hours away here. I mean, the countdown is getting as close as it can get, really. So tell us about, what's been happening there at Temple, about the excitement and the preparation leading up to this week.
It's been a really, really busy year. We've had 6 home games to start, and we play for our football team. We also play for men's and women's soccer, field hockey, volleyball, a few games there. But to put the parade preparation on top of it after this, it's been a busy year, but it's something that's also kept the students focused. I think as the year wears on, usually they might start to look forward to the end at times. But this year's different because they've got a performance where millions of people are going to be watching them, and so they've kept that focus, and they are really looking forward to it. I mean, they're ready to go, and can't wait to get to New York.
Yeah, totally understandable there. So as you look back in time, I mean, what prompted you to apply? Because as band director knows, like, it's got to be the right time. It's got to be the right band. It's got to be the right things fall into place. Why did you apply? Why did you think the timing was right? What was your thought process?
I actually I had applied in the past a couple of times just to start getting our name in the works there, because there's like 200 bands that apply for it every year, and they take 10 or so. This year they have 11. But I pretty much after COVID, I had not really applied again. Just not for any particular reason. I just didn't do it. And we had a meeting at the end of one of our years, and one of my sophomores said, "So when are we doing the Macy's parade?" And I was like, "Well, you don't just say, 'Hey, we're going to do this,' and you go. You have to apply, and there's lots of groups that do it, and everything, and try to find something that works, and find something that connects with the people that make the choices there." In the thing our band is known for is playing current popular music. And, I do most of the arrangements, and some students do arrangements. But we did in 2023, we did a show, we did the Barbie show. And this was right after the Barbie movie had come out. And we did a version that was, it was the Barbie movie, but we have some great video creators in the band that are part of the Klein School of Media and Communications. And they made some videos that were played on the Jumbotron at Lincoln Financial Field that went along with, it was kind of a skit that was on the Jumbotron that went along with what we were doing on the field. And the music was great from that movie, and the whole show just turned out really well. My wife, who goes to just about every game, texted me after that show, and she said, "That's the show you need to send into Macy's." Because the kids just played it really well. They had a lot of fun with it and everything. And I sent that in, and we in the past we'd gotten letters that said, "Thank you for applying. There was many good, great bands that applied, and we can only take so many." Blah blah blah. And so, but this time I got an email that said, "Temple University Marching Band Macy's Parade," and just said, "Hey, we would like to set up a meeting sometime." And I was like, "Oh, this is not a rejection letter." So I was pretty excited by that, and we set up the meeting, and then they went, and they even mentioned that the fact that the kind of show that we did just really resonated with them, and they just loved the entertainment. They loved that we were doing something current, and they invited us off of that. So
awesome.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are. And yeah, here you are, almost ready to go. It is amazing to me that whole process, and people don't realize that this is not, like you said, you don't say we're just going to go and show up at Central Park West and join the parade. So we also have with us today one of the students in the band, and I want to bring her in, Carynn O'Banion. Carynn, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So before we go, I want to get your perspective on things, but tell us your role in the Diamond Band.
Okay. So I am a senior in the Diamond Band. This is my 4th season with the band, and this year I am serving as one of the trombone section leaders. And then I'm also involved with crew. I'm a part of our crew that's does with the equipment and moves ladders and stuff at the games. And then I'm also on the campus engagement committee. So
awesome.
very
okay.
involved.
Keeping busy for sure. Yeah. So tell us, go ahead.
And what's your major?
Oh, I am a double major with music education and trombone performance.
Awesome. All right.
If anyone's looking for a teacher there, she's going to be a great one.
That's right. So you can show her resume tape too after the parade this week. So Carynn, speak to us from the student perspective. Tell us, what is your level of anticipation and excitement? What are you hearing from other students? What is this like gearing up for this? As I just keep saying, hours away.
Yeah. It's really, I feel like Dr. B was saying, it's definitely been something that we've all been excited from the moment that we first found out. I remember it was the end of band camp, and we were all sitting there in the blazing hot sun, and we had just performed our show, and he was like, "I have one more announcement." And we were all like, okay. And so we weren't sure what to expect. And then he started talking and about the 100-year anniversary, and he pulls out the drum head, and I just see that it reads Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and I just started screaming, as did everyone else. I know we had these little confetti things, and we started popping them open, and everybody was just, we had a full range of people being shocked, speechless, to screaming, to crying. We had the whole spectrum of excitement, and I feel that moment was just wow, we've made it. This is the thing. We all love what we do, and we do it to to make people smile and to brighten people's day. And like Dr. B always says, you never know when someone might be needing to see the energy from us, or might be needing somebody to come and wave to you as they're standing at the sides of the football game or something. And you never know who was seeing you for the first time and who was seeing you for maybe the 50th time. So you always got to be on your A game and always put forth that energy, which is not really hard when you're all in it together and you all have the same mindset. And we just always have so much fun. I genuinely have never had a hard time being oh, gotta remember to smile today. It's just always so natural. And I feel since that point, the excitement has not died down. It's actually ramped up, especially as we get closer. I know a few weeks ago, we did a full run through of the show and recorded it, what we're going to do at Macy's. And everybody was whoa, it's getting close. And then, you know, when Dr. B sent out the itinerary, we were like, no way, in 1 week we're gonna be here in New York City. And for that to just be like hours away, as you said, it's just everybody is ecstatic and over the moon, and we're just like running purely on adrenaline at this point, I think.
Yep.
We're all super excited and super grateful as well to be the ones that are getting to do this experience, because it took everyone, and it is our 100th year anniversary, which makes it even more special that we get to do it this year. But it's, you know, we can't forget about, you know, for the past 100 years, everybody else that has contributed to this band and has made it what it is, and the energy that they provided as well, so that now we can do this thing on, you know, our 100th anniversary. It's just, it's a really special moment, and I'm honored to be a part of it. And I know that everybody else that I've talked to in the band is as well.
Yeah, so your 100th, it's the 99th edition of the parade. You know, very cool. We were talking, you and I were talking before we started the recording, like this is also something that, like, for you personally, like this is like this very traditional part of what your family is. I mean, I think it's like the most iconic thing in America, actually. You know, like, I share just a little bit of that, if you would, like what it's meant to you and your family.
What it's meant to me and my family, and growing up, we would watch this parade every Thanksgiving morning. We would always wake up at the crack of dawn and turn it on. And my mom, she's the one who started that tradition, because when she was younger, she also did that in her family. And so it's been a tradition in my family for like so many years to, like, Thanksgiving, like that's the first thing that we do. We watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and then we cook and finish and have lunch and everything else. But it's like, it's not Thanksgiving without the parade. So I've always loved it, and I was always like, oh, that would be so cool to be a part of it. Like, you know, as a kid, not thinking that that would ever actually be something that could be a realization for me. So finding out, I was just over the moon, and I immediately, I know my mom was there, like, for that band performance when they pulled out the drum head, and she started crying, and I went up to her after, and she was like, oh my goodness, like, we're gonna be there. And so my whole family, my parents and my 3 younger siblings, they're all gonna come up to New York City. And then my grandma, who's all the way over like in California, and then my grandpa in Arkansas, they're also making the trip to see it, because they're all really excited. And then all my other family will be watching on TV, of course. But
yeah, you know, I'll be curious next to hear about what you guys are doing there, but I'll just say this to kind of react to that. So I've been to the parade many times, but like I taught with a band that was in it many years ago, and it is still like the highlight of my life. And it was the weather probably couldn't have been worse. It was pouring down rain. It was just, but I don't think we even realized that, quite honestly, because it was the moment is so amazing. The energy is absolutely incredible. And the memories that, you know, I'm on my soapbox slightly every minute, the memories you all are going to make. I mean, you are never going to forget this group of people that you were with, who you were next to, or the little things that happened. It just, I'm so jealous. So talk to us.
I was there last year with South Carolina when it was pouring down rain, and yeah, the same thing. I was just there to check it out with our tour guide, and it, you know, wall to wall people, even in the pouring down rain. You know, millions of people along the parade route, and that's the thing that you don't get to see that on TV, is the how many people line the parade route. I mean, it's 2.5 miles of solid people. And just, you know, we've kind of come up with some things to sort of connect with the audience a little bit more as we're marching down. You know, a lot of times marching bands will just march, you know, do their thing going down the street, but we're going to interact with the audience a little bit. Well, I hope you all post that on some social media, because you have great social media. So I hope that we'll get to see some of those things we don't see on the NBC broadcast. You know, the parade's great. That's awesome. But there's, you know, it's New York City, right? Like, so what's the plan for the week? What do you guys got going on this week in addition to the parade? So tomorrow we're going to leave bright and early, get up to New York City, and pretty much give everybody the day in New York, just to go around, see the sights. You know, being from Philadelphia, a lot of the students, they've been to New York before. So they just get a chance to do some of the things that they know to do, and there are a few that have never been there before. So they're gonna take the day. There's a New York alumni or Temple alumni happy hour that is going to be in at Old City Cheesesteaks and Brew on 8th Avenue, and we're going to have a small group go to that and pop in and play a little bit for the crowd there. On Wednesday morning, we are going to be on the Today Show.
Wow. Awesome. That is awesome.
So we'll do a Rockefeller Plaza takeover. We'll be there in the morning, and I think we go up to the third hour. And then on Wednesday afternoon, we will do there's a performance that we're going to do at the South Street Seaport Museum. Outside the museum, they're the ones. South Street Seaport Museum is the one that sets it up, and it's between Piers 16 and 17. Right on the waterfront, close to Wall Street, above Battery Park. We'll be doing just a standstill concert there. Very casual, very low key, and just play some of our songs from the year and have a good time. And then get to bed early. Mm-hmm. We just found out today that our rehearsal is very, very early in the morning.
Yeah,
3:20 a.m.
Okay. Yep.
Oh. Yeah, and then we'll have the parade. We don't know where we are in the parade yet, but I imagine in the next few days we will find that out. So, yeah. Thanksgiving dinner in the evening. We're going to go on have a Thanksgiving dinner cruise, kind of a little bit of a formal. We'll have a DJ and dance floor, and it was great last year. I went with South Carolina's band, and it was a really, really good time. And so yeah, just so everybody gets their Thanksgiving dinner in and all, and then Friday we'll come home.
Wow, I love it. Is there room on the bus? I can be out there in the morning.
Probably.
Yeah. So okay, you're gonna you'll play what you play on the parade route, but then you get to that star at Macy's Herald Square. Can we get a tease of what we're gonna hear? What we're gonna see?
We're not allowed to tell yet.
Okay.
But
I will
tell you, it'll be it'll be something that's very much us. If you've seen the Temple Band before, a lot of energy, maybe some dance moves,
Awesome.
Watch and see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what we went to Spence for. I thought maybe I could get something out of it. It was worth a shot, I guess. So Matt and Carynn, thank you so much for joining us. I am filled with excitement for both of you. I can't even imagine the excitement that you and everyone involved with Temple is. We will all be cheering you on here from Pennsylvania. I'm so excited to know you'll be on the Today Show, and then we'll be watching you in the parade. Congratulations, and thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having us, Mark.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you all for being with us on this edition of PMEA's Take Note podcast. I'll remind you also to make sure you're following the Temple Diamond Band social media, because it's great, number one, but then you're going to see all this behind the scenes stuff from the parade this week. So again, tune into the parade, NBC, 8:30 on Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us on this edition of PMEA's Take Note podcast. We'll see you next time.